Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a get ready with me and chat because, to be honest, that's really all I have time to film this week. This weekend it is the big camp that I coordinate, so it has been a very hectic and crazy past month, honestly. So yeah, I haven't had a ton of time to sit down and film a proper video. And since a lot of my work is confidential, I can't necessarily vlog it too. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't be able to do a vlog like most of the day. So I thought a nice get ready with me and chat would be the perfect video to film for this week. Plus, I feel like I haven't caught up with you guys in a while. Just sat and chatted about what's going on in my life. So yeah, let's get into the rest of the video. So I'm not even going to lie, this video is going to be posted well after the camp is already over because, as I talk about in every video, we are very behind on editing. But that's okay, because you'll still see the cycle of everything. I feel like this year with my job, like being new to this job, has been particularly difficult, or more difficult than future years will be, at least I hope. Partly because I, still am trying to figure out how everything works. I'm not necessarily sure about the timeline of things, when needs to be done. I also didn't have all of the resources that I needed to complete some of the things, so it was just very overwhelming and honestly extremely mentally draining. If you've watched some of my past videos about like mental health and such, I've talked about my struggles with OCD and how it really manifests for me in like perfectionism, checking tendencies. So I spend a lot of time just like looking over things, and then when I still make a mistake or get it wrong, it's like, it just kind of feels like it's the end of the world. And then also with wedding planning and just some other like personal things that have been going on, it just feels very overwhelming. Look at this. Do you see how it like completely cracked? I've never had this happen before with this, but okay. Anyway, I was also talking with Damik the other day about how, honestly, I don't get overwhelmed a lot, mainly because I feel other emotions so intensely strong that I can't really feel multiple emotions at once. I mean, it can, obviously, but it's more like I feel intensely sad or intensely happy. And I don't really let myself get overwhelmed because I'm constantly checking up on things. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, but I'm constantly checking, I'm constantly making sure that everything goes right so that I don't feel overwhelmed. But this job, like a lot of it is not fully under my control. And honestly, like I quite like my job a lot, but this month it's been just more difficult than normal to like manage the stress. And obviously my entire job is pretty much like working with people, and people aren't always the easiest to work with, especially if you're having your own mental health issues. But it's also stressing me out a bit because my wedding is a year away, but it's going to be 2 weeks. Yeah, I think 2 weeks before this big event next year. So I really want to be able to like enjoy that time, enjoy that like my wedding, and not be stressed out about this. So the fact that this year has been so rough for me and I didn't have that, it's a little concerning for next year. And I will 100% admit that a large part of it is just me struggling to manage stress. Typically, when I have a lot of things that are going on at once, I kind of just want everyone to leave me alone so that I can figure it out. And that's definitely not always plausible, especially in the job that I'm in. I really hope that I can find better strategies that work for me for next year. I have more resources now. I know how things are done, so I'm hoping to be able to get a head start on things. Another thing that I'm not always great with is when things change or adjust at the last minute, which has been literally every day, if not every hour, the past few weeks with the job. And I knew that that would probably happen, but I don't think I fully knew how much it would affect me. And I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, like, things come in threes, but that's what it feels like for me. It feels like it's like this, and then a lot to do with the wedding planning, and then just other personal, like, mental health issues. And it's like every time that I'm overwhelmed, it all has to happen at once. So I'm trying to set boundaries, which is another thing I'm not good at, especially since my job is to help people. Like, it sometimes setting boundaries feels cruel, and it also feels a little bit like failure to me, of like I couldn't do it all. Like, I needed to set this boundary and I couldn't do it. It's also just a casual going through somewhat of a midlife crisis every few weeks. So anyway, that is the update on work. As far as wedding planning, it's coming along. We have booked our photographer, videographer, DJ. We just ordered our save the dates not too long ago. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. Damick designed our whole wedding website and it looks beautiful. Our next step on the agenda is to find hotels, block off some rooms. We also have to look into a shuttle service to take people to the hotels, because it is, the venue is not near hotels really. I mean, it's like a 10-minute drive, but we just want to provide the shuttles in case. It is a little overwhelming how expensive everything is. I mean, I'm fully aware that it doesn't need to be that expensive. I almost just feel like if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right in my mind. And I mean, Damick and I definitely considered different options of like having a smaller wedding or having a destination wedding. And I would be lying if I said that even throughout this planning process, I still haven't considered like switching to that, because as much as I want the wedding and I already bought my dress, it honestly, it's a lot of money, and that's money that you could put towards anything else. I feel like everyone always says like, oh, it's money we can put towards a house. I have kind of given up on buying a house anytime soon in this economy, and Damick and I literally have no idea even where we want to settle, so that's not something that like even needs to be considered right now. But it's mainly we want to do a lot of traveling. I mean, I would love to even like live abroad for a while, so that's just a lot of money that we could focus into some of those other dreams. But I also know that I'm never going to look back at the wedding afterwards and be like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have had it. Another big concern and expense is we were told like a month ago that our car, unless we wanted to replace something big on it, which would be more than the cost of, like more than the car's worth, that we would have to be getting a new car in the next few months. So we're looking into that. That's another like major expense. As I said, I feel like nothing's ever like staggered in our lives. It's just one thing on top of another. But honestly, I feel like that's pretty common because everyone I talk to is either like in a good spot or entirely overwhelmed. But yeah, I think we're looking at getting a new car as opposed to a used one, mainly just because the price of used cars are not reasonable right now. Like you pay too much for what you're getting. So at that point, it's kind of like, why don't you just get a new car? And we do a lot of driving. I mean, I drive a lot for work, and just I feel like every weekend we're taking pretty significant trips. So having like a good working vehicle with like not as many miles on it is a priority. We are looking into Toyota RAV4s right now. David is not entirely impressed with the interior of the cars. He would like it to be fancier, but it is what it is. Like, we don't actually care that much. As long as the car is in working condition and gets us where we need to be, that's what matters. And anything to calm my anxiety right now would be very much appreciated. Okay, so I am all ready for the day. That was just my little catch up about what's going on in my life. I appreciate you guys being here and watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see future videos, please hit that subscribe button below. I'll definitely catch up with you more after the camp and everything, and let you know how it goes. I think things will definitely calm down a little bit after that, at least for a while. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.